Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be, apparently, anywhere on the planet at this time of night on a Sunday, because after quite an amazing week of racing here at Winton where nobody turned up, everyone turned up for Sunday Night Lights. Of course, we're here for round 9 of Sunday Night Lights at the newly minted Winton track. I'm Alex McKellar, and joining me, as always, is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Stein. How's it, Corey? Mate, after ghosts and tumbleweeds throughout the week here at Winton, everyone's rocked up. We've got a 5,400 strength of field. It's just, I'm blown away once again.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. But unfortunately, I've crashed out of the session.
Oh, beautiful.
So,
All right.
yay.
Oh, well, let me know when you're back here, mate. I'll start kicking things off. Good. Anyway, welcome everyone tonight. And thank you, first off, to all the racers who've turned up tonight. I couldn't imagine with this track, the way people have participated this week, that we'd see a 5,400 strength of field with a full grid, 20 cars. Unbelievable. Speaking of 20 cars, let's start going through them. On our screen at the moment, we have the cowboy himself, one Sam Devantier, of course, driving for Speedy Snails. Car number 2 out here tonight is Naoya Nagai, the great Japanese driver. See what he can do in quali. Oscar Chinchilla-Maza, the Iberian, car number 3 out there tonight. Car 4, Christian Perez, the other Iberian, or one of the other Iberians in the field for Astro Team Racing. I think Oscar's for Astro as well, but I could be wrong. Oh, no, hang on, I'm jumping ahead. Adam Miles for Miles Ahead Racing. He's not out on track yet, but hopefully we'll see him out there soon. He's car number 5. Car number 6 is Adrian Farinas. Rodriguez, he lets the rear hang out, Ben Snell style, and goes through what I think are kind of temporary pits or something. I don't know. Anyway, he's just through there and he's going to grab another lap if he gets a chance. Hikaru Sasaki, the other Japanese driver in the front half of this field. Going to tell you, he won the round, of course, at Knock Hill. This guy's got some pace. Keep an eye out on him. If he can get near the pointy end during qualifying, he'll be right in it. Erwin Zoma, the heady racer from Europe, joins us. He's car number 8. Chris Herrera from the US. He stayed up late, or he's got up early, one or the other, for running on empty. He's car number 9. Brett McBurney, the second of the ANZ drivers in the field here tonight, Corey. He's car number 10. Are you back in the server?
I absolutely am, just in time.
Beautiful.
To say car number 11 is another AusNZ contingent, Mr. Corey Lean. Car number 12 is Vasco Sorowski for Team Clowns Racing, and he does indeed have a Shudder of Clowns with him here tonight. Car number 13 is Manuel Lucetta from Italy, and we also got Laureus Amadio from Italy as our 14th plated car. We've got Dimitri Filipides, one of the most Aussie-sounding Asians out there, representing the Asia Club, as the 15th plated car. We've got Nick Vaughan Roberts from UK and I as our 16th plated cars. Great to see Nick back in action. We've got Shinji Otsu from Japan as our 17th plated car. And we're wrapping up the field with 3 Aussies, with Neil Gardner as our 18th plated car, Mitchell Nichols as our 19th plated car, and wrapping up the field, just sneaking in, Alex, is the 20 of Christian Panclone.
I'm going to go Pansione. I'm going to just throw Pansione. I'm going to throw a bit of local sort of, I don't know, European flavour on things, and it could be Panchione, but I'm going to say Pansione. Christian, if you hear this, mate, reach out to us and let us know. Welcome aboard regardless. I think he's making his debut, because I don't think either of us have ever had the opportunity of having a crack at that one, Corey.
I do believe he is making his debut here tonight, Alex, because I don't believe either of us has had the opportunity to butcher his name either yet. So welcome, and hopefully he does all right. But qualifying well and truly underway, Alex. This is the first laps already in the books, with Sasaki taking up the pole so far.
So I said, mate, he's one to watch. And he's not proving me wrong. He's 3/10 on the guy. Amazing. Pensione is, the chat's telling us, not only have I kind of maybe got his name right, but he's one of Oscar Piastri's mates, potentially, and a real-life racer. So maybe in the background, Corey, do a bit of Google and we can see what that's about. But Sasaki's dropped it on pole provisionally for his second lap. Rodriguez, warm-up race saw him start from the very rear of the grid. He's on the front row provisionally at this stage. Oh, Vasco's gone around. There's not many left. Perez coming through the final corner. He will challenge for the pole, that's for sure. He showed he's got incredible pace here in the warm-up race. What's he got for us as he crosses the line? Only good enough for the second row. And Corey, I don't know how many laps you've done here as McBurney chucks it up in P5. Devanti has not done so well down in P9. I don't know if you've done any laps here, mate, but can I tell you, it is possibly the most difficult track to pass at we've been at this season, and that is saying something.
I've not done any laps around here at all, Alex, and I was actually just busy doing a little bit of Googling, and yeah, he is indeed an actual real-life driver as well. Let's see, his achievements: round 4, pole position, lap record, 2nd overall. Round 2, 3rd overall, round 3. I'm trying to find out what he drives.
Yeah, what's the series? Yeah.
This might be go-karting.
Yeah, right. He's just about to cross the line now, the ANZ driver. Pensione on debut here on a Sunday night. What's he got for us on the scoreboard? Up to P9. There you go. Adam Miles, the other one, left out on track. That's a great start for Pensione. And now we've got Adam Miles coming out the back this time, the back sector here in the closing stages of his quali run. What's he got for us now? Down at the exit of the Falcon Straight, these final 2 corners at 11 and 12. What's the UK&I driver got for us? What can he do? Of course, no slouch himself. Car number 5 here tonight, and he's dropped it on the front row, Corey. He stopped it on the front row right at the death. Let's go take a look at our grid. There's a long one. I better race through it. All right. Hikaru Sasaki grabs pole. Dark horse and former race winner this season. Can he become the first 2-time winner this season? Joining him on the front rows, Adam Miles for Miles Ahead Racing. They will be tough to get past around here, let me tell you. Adrian Rodriguez will give it a red-hot crack, though, starting from 3rd. The Iberian now in a guy from Japan. Not the leading Japanese driver in quali anymore. Not for the first time this season, but still a real threat starting from the 2nd row and 4th. Christian Perez from Astro Racing Team, similarly a real threat to take this one out, but tough to get forward from there. Brett McBurney puts it on P6 off the grid for McFlabby Racing to kick us off as the leading ANZ driver tonight's race. Oscar Maza from Iberia starts out as 7th. Dimitri Philippides from Asia. Fantastic quali for Dimitri. He's starting out of 8th. One of the fools for Two Fools Racing, Nick Vaughan Robert, out of 9th off the grid tonight. Christian Pensione from Australia and New Zealand Club. He's out of 10th tonight. Manu Luqueta out of 11th. Sam Devanti for Speedy Snails. He will not be happy with that. Starting out of 12th, but starts in the points at least. 13th off the grid tonight. Chris Herrera for running on empty. 14th. Team Clowns, the head clown himself, Vasco Sorofsky. 15th off the grid tonight, Mitchell Nichols from ANZ. Great to see Nichols back in the top split. Erwin Zoma from the Europe Club, or Benelux. He's out of 16th off the grid. Corey Lean from ANZ out of 17th. Shinichi Otsu from Japan out of 18th. Loris Amadio for Waverley Racing out of 19th. And 20th off the grid, and the final ANZ driver, Neil Gardner, as they get ready to go. We just got there, Corey.
The red lights mean rev. The green lights mean go. We're underway for round number 9 of Sunday Night Lights here from the Winton Raceway. And side by side go Sasaki and Miles as we head down to turn number 1. It looks like Sasaki's going to take the advantage. Oh no!
Death
Drama.
early. Perez is gone. Pensione's in pit lane. Wow, that was massive. What's going on in the midfield? We'll check that out shortly once this midfield sorts themselves out. They're side by side. Oh, hip and shoulder, the Cowboy. I don't know if that was netcode or what. It was Vaughan Roberts going off in the grass. He's getting swamped. He will not get any of those positions back, I'm telling you. It's so tight here. Oh, that's incredible start to this one. I want to go back and check side by side. The Cowboy, really? Oh, the Cowboy's been hip and shouldered in return this time. He's dropped a couple as well. I'm just trying to see who it was. I want to say it was the 15 of Philippides, maybe. I don't know. But, I tell you what, the elbows are out early. Farina's has started third. He's in third still. McBurney, he's up 2 positions already. Luquetta's up 3. Herrera is up 4, as is Swarovski. Corey Lean up 4. There's a few of them up 4, but at the expense of the like of Perez, who's gone, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. And I'm actually surprised that this field's not more skittled than it appears right now, because considering all that early action, Sasaki's still leading the way from Miles right now. Also, I found out a little bit of information about our friend Pancioni, the 2019 Aussie Carrera Cup champion. So there you go.
Jeepers. All right, fair pedigree there. Let's go see what happened lap 1, if I can find the right spot. It's the 6 car there of Farina's who chucked it up the inside of turn 1. The guy recovering to come back on track has unfortunately come on the front of Perez, and oh well, yeah, Sendy's misses a condolence card. I don't think he survived that one in any great form, and he's gone. About Pancioni, he started from the pits. The Carrera Cup driver started from the pits, as best as I can tell, Corey, and well, I hope he's got some pace, because he's got some work to do. He's about, where is he now? He's, he's a long way behind, and I don't think he's going to figure in this one. As out front, Sasaki and Miles, well, they're going all right, and Rodriguez in third is trying to chase him down at this stage.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. As we come into the final couple of corners for the second time, right up the gearbox of Sasaki is Miles, almost pushing him through that little short street between the two final corners. And he might look at going for a move here into turn 1, maybe trying to get on the outside, which becomes the inside for turn 2. Doesn't quite get up there. As you said, this is a really difficult to pass track. Even the V8 supercars in real life have a hard time making passes around here, Alex.
Yeah, mate, I reckon the smart play from Miles is tuck in behind Sasaki, see if they can build a gap with Rodriguez. Whether or not he's quicker or not, he'll be itching to get past at some stage, but you'd rather have a 2-car battle than a 3, I'd wager. And these 3, as they head out the back now, through 5, the sweeping left-hander, down into 6 and 7, this complex array of hairpins. First the right-hander, then the left-hander, then another right-hander. Quite a technical, challenging track, this one, and very difficult in my experience in racing here this week to build momentum into an overtake. Miles runs quite wide there on exit of the final of those 3 hairpins at 9 there. And it's very difficult to build momentum, because even here on the Falcon Straight, Corey, you're only getting up into 4th gear, and you don't really have the chance for any draft to play a factor and to help you set up an overtake.
That's exactly right, Alex. We talk about drafty tracks, we talk about pressure to pass tracks. This falls into the latter category of where you've really got to be pressurizing the person in front of you to try and make a move stick. Miles is the first one over to the right side of the road as they head down towards turn number 1 again. He's going to have to put all kinds of pressure onto Sasaki to even try and get an opportunity to make an overtake here, Alex.
Yeah, I think McBurney there either defended or attacked, just couldn't quite catch. He and the guy going toe-to-toe. Mars is on the tail of those 3. They're sitting in 5th through to 4th through to 6th respectively. McBurney and Mars are both up 1 position, working hard in this little trio, that's for sure. There's packs, battles going on everywhere. Philippides, He's on the front of a train of skippies. Look at them all. Oh, as it looks like Devantia looking to make a move on Swarovski. Swarovski not having much of it here. Again, you kind of feel like you're set up to go around the outside, or you set yourself up an inside run into one of the hairpins, but the next one's the other way around. And by the time you're halfway around, you're on the inside, you're on the outside of the next one. So tough to get the passing done here. And Swarovski holding off the Cowboy for now. The Clown holding off the Cowboy. Meanwhile, up front, Sasaki has all sorts of blue and yellow in his mirrors as Miles continues to apply the blowtorch.
That's exactly right, Alex. And Rodriguez still not falling off the back of these two. He's only a half second back. And we'd probably be talking about that being a closer margin if this was a bit of a drafty track. At the moment, you know, it just seems like it's been holding steady there at that half a second marker. I also think there might be something that happened to Swarovski.
Yeah, there is, mate. There is. I'm just about to go. Yeah, just about to go back and have a look. I think it's coming out of the last corner. He's probably run wide here and grabbed a bit of the dirt. He has, and then don't tell me he's hit the wall. Oh, he has. I have really terrible memories of that. The Cowboy does a better job than I did last night and gets around him. But that is unfortunate way for the head clown to end his night. Tragedy for Swarovski. I doubt he'll be able to continue from there. But continuing up front, Farinas has absolutely bridged that gap and is now a pack of three out to about a 2.5 second gap from the guy in third. But it is a Japanese driver, not the one we're always used to in the guy being up the front, but the newly crowned, I guess, king on the track from Japan. It's Hikaru Sasaki leading this one out, and again looking to get his second win of the season at a very tight track that's difficult to pass, Corey.
That's exactly right, Alex. I mean, he's definitely in the box seat for it right now. You know, all he has to do is defend, and he doesn't even have to try all that hard to do the defending. As my stutters come out and make things seem worse than what they actually are. You can just see he's very smooth with the way that he's operating this car in the lead. You know, he's not taking too much curve, although he puts the entire car on the curb that time. He's just flowing through very nicely in these corners, and that's what's going to keep him in front of Miles right now, is that flowy nature that he's got going on with this circuit.
Yeah, that's it. And look, it's very difficult, as I said, to build momentum, but you kind of stop everywhere. But you're right, you can get a good flow going if you link the corners together, particularly in this infield section through six through 9 in terms of the corners as they come through 9 now onto the next short run up the back straight here into turn 10. A lot of guys trying to keep a higher gear there through second just to let the corner flow, as you say. Meanwhile, if we jump back a bit, Nagai and McBurney continue. There's a long line which has been quite familiar here to those who've done any racing. Nagai, McBurney, Marza, Philippides. Oh, Nagai grabbing some more dirt on the way through the final couple of quarters. As we saw from Swarovski, that's a risky proposition, but they all seem to navigate it okay this time round, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Everyone, I think, starting to really get a handle on this track and the way that you got to get through those final couple of corners, especially. But it looks like Miles this time just sticking the nose out a little bit, starting to play that little bit of a pressure game now, Alex. As we've only got about 10 3/4 laps to go in this race. He's going to start, just making Sasaki maybe doubt himself a little bit now and maybe pressure him into making that little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, as we're on board now with Farinas, or Rodriguez. It's a big mistake from Sasaki. That leaves him side by side now with Rodriguez. Oh, it's so tight. I think he'll get done here. And Dunny, is he going to come back at him? Oh, that's a massively costly mistake there from Sasaki. He will not be, he won't be enjoying that one, I can tell you. But
no, absolutely not.
Yeah, mate, go ahead.
That's what I was just talking about, Alex. It just takes that one little mistake, and Miles was putting on all that pressure, and it made Sasaki just have that one moment, that one mistake, and he went from first all the way down to third now.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go take another look at that overtake. He's just made a big blue into the braking zone. That's let Miles through, and then Rodriguez, he's just kept him really tight through 8, and then on 9 got the job done. That's very unfortunate for the Japanese driver. As we go back to live pictures, it's Miles now out ahead of Rodriguez. Rodriguez and Miles both up just the one position at the expense of Sasaki, who's now down 2. And these through at 3 are running away with it. Nagai now 1, 2, or 3, 4 as the case may be with his Japanese compatriot Sasaki, but there's a bit of a gap between the two of them. As McBurney now still the leading ANZ driver inside the top 5, if you don't mind, Corey.
Absolutely, Alex, and that's some great driving there from McBurney. He's only gone up to one position, but he's in the top 5. He's doing well, and I just want to quickly point out Corey Lean up 6 positions from where he started. Alex, he's currently sitting in P11.
Yeah, decent drive there, up 6 positions. That makes him the biggest mover in the field, along with Laura Samadio, the Italian driver, the 14th plated car here for Wave Italy. He is up 6 positions as well. Panzioni now, he's fighting with Zoma. Oh, they are side by side. Zoma getting big bits of dirt, and Panzioni really pushing the points side by side out the back into 11. He'll be forced to go the long way round and cannot get it done this time round, and Zoma hangs on to, can you believe that's the battle for 17th position, Corey?
I absolutely can, Alex. These guys are the top of what we could assemble here this week, and they're putting on a show. Doesn't matter whether they're battling for the lead or, as you said, battling for 17th. These drivers are going to be putting it all out on the table just for our entertainment and just for them to have a little bit of fun.
Absolutely. Let's touch base with our leaders where it's still line astern. The big action happened a couple of laps ago, of course, with Sasaki out. Oh, speaking about breaking himself, McBurney goes deep and now forced to battle with Marza in the Astro livery. This time round, he's defended. That's, of course, opened up the gap for Nagai to go a bit further ahead, or opened up the opportunity, I should say. And now McBurney under all sorts of pressure from Marza on the exit of 10 this time round. He'll be forced to take a defensive line into the braking zone at 11. No, Marza tucks in behind. That's just how difficult it is. You get the run off 10 there, and you still can't quite get it done at 11, as we were saying before, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. It's really hard to get that run going, especially with all these just being such short straightaways. I'm sure if maybe this chicane here for 1 and 2 didn't exist and it was a straight shot through to 3, maybe these drivers would have a little bit of an easier time with at least one passing opportunity. That's the glory of this track. It's just the way that this track has always been characterized. With this being such a tight technical track, it just really puts the drivers on notice, and the cream really does rise to the top when the time counts.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how the cream is rising at the moment. Miles, I'm going to say he's had some podiums. I don't know that he's won one. The Skippy community rep, of course, at the moment does that great work in the forums, organised what will hopefully be a significantly better schedule for next season. We've had it rough this time round, and he's pulled together what is shaping up for a great schedule next season. But tonight, the great thing out there is the battle. Look at Rodriguez closing right in on him. Let's take a look from Sasaki. Let's see what it looks like. Prime position, heavy on the brakes through 11, of course. Now, surprisingly, barring mistake, turns 1, 2 through to 3 are probably the best passing opportunities we got. What's Rodriguez got? He's such an aggressive driver. He's, again, so tough. You only get into 4th gear this whole track, even with the draft, you might maybe get a whisper of fifth into turn one, Corey, but it's not your typical racing here for Skip Barbers that use the draft to facilitate passing. 9 times out of 10, you still got to earn them these days with how the draft mechanics work, but here tonight, you've really got to work hard to get anything.
Well, that's exactly right, Alex. And, working hard is definitely what these drivers are trying to do, especially Rodriguez right now, as he gets just the nose up onto the inside, which becomes the outside of Adam Miles for the second of the 3 hairpins. And, it's just so hard to try and get anything to work in this section particularly, because as you said, you could get your nose up there on the inside for one of the hairpins, but it immediately becomes the outside for the next one.
Yeah, 100%, mate. That inside, we saw it exactly play out there. The inside run, you show the nose in at 7 to unsettle the guy in front. He's just got the inside. It just pushes him wide, but into the inside line at 8, and it just crushes. It's so hard to build momentum to overtake here, but that's part of the unique character and the challenge of this one. Now, this time, I tell you, Rodriguez is right there. He is absolutely right there, and he moves to the inside at turn 1, gets up the inside. That is how it's done, folks. Clean as you like. Miles seeds the corner, doesn't defend it too hard, and with 6 laps to go this time round, Rodriguez jumps to the front, and it is going to be tough to get by him from here, Corey.
Oh, that's absolutely right, Alex. The best place to be at this track is in the lead. And he's already started to build a tiny little bit of a gap. I don't expect that gap will last too much longer, because Miles, one of the faster competitors as well, will close that up and get right back on the gearbox of Rodriguez. And, Miles has just got to start getting the pressure back onto Rodriguez now and try and get him to make that one fatal mistake, similar to how he got Sasaki to make that one mistake as well, Alex.
Yeah, well, an eagle-eyed supporter of the series has spotted Sasaki has been his front wing too, which is, if we have a look here, you can see the front left, which is often the case if you ride the curbs on exit of turn 2 here. Very enticing to track out that far, but those bumps are there for a reason, and Sasaki showing what happens when you run the risk there and it doesn't come off. Now, you can see that's costing him pace already, or is it just the fact that Rodriguez has turned up the wick? I guess time will tell in the last 5 circuits round. Meanwhile, the guy's running pretty lonely. And then you got McBurney in a ding-dong battle with Marza. McBurney, of course, still in the top 5 and carrying the ANZ flag here tonight, just ahead of Marza. Philippides then a little bit further behind with a fairly decent train behind him of Luqueta, Herrera and the Cowboys, Sam Devantia. Not having the happiest of nights here, the Cowboy. Mitchell Nichols, another ANZ driver in the field. He's having a battle with yet another. Great to see in a 5400 soft. We've got 7 ANZ drivers in this field, Corey. That's a turn up for the books.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. I don't think we've had 7 drivers in a field in a very long time. It's great to see the Oz NZ representation for what has become the world strength of field race. And, the Brett McBurney being the top 5, he's putting his flag down as being the top driver right now for the Oz NZ contingent. Even though Sam Devantia has the number 1 on the side of his car, he's all the way down in P10. And he's not looking like he's going to be making an impact in this one, Alex.
Yeah, potentially, mate. Unfortunate for the Cowboys. Got good pace here. Just hasn't quite put it together in quali this week, unfortunately, and that's really costly. Oh, side by side, up the inside of the final corner. Oh, and that's so tight there. McBurney coming off second best and dropping another spot potentially to Herrera. Yeah, he's dropping a few there. McBurney now down in P9 after that one.
Off the lead.
Side by side. Oh, looking at the lead. Sorry.
Miles got up on the inside of Rodriguez going into turn 1, and it almost became a 3-way battle coming out of turn 2, Alex.
Oh, so close, unfortunately, and I can't. Oh, McBurney's gone off track again. Let's see. Oh, where do we look? And I don't know if McBurney's picked up damage, but he's down 4 positions. That's tragic. He was sitting inside the top 5, and now he's gone. I wonder if I can grab this one. Is this it? Yeah, you just see through the final corner. Yeah, I got to say, I think Marza might have just run him off the road there, unfortunately. Yeah, very tragic for McBurney there. He was having a good one. Meanwhile, up in front, we've got Rodriguez, Miles and Sasaki still having at it with just over 3 to go, Corey.
That's right, Alex. Rodriguez is now wise to the move that Adam Miles is going to try and put on him in turn 1. He's going to try and defend a little bit. You can see he takes a while to get over to the right side of the track. Miles just following in his tyre marks as they go into turn 1 this time. You see just a different attitudes between the skippies. Miles is a little bit looser on the entry, where Rodriguez tends to save the looseness a little bit more for the exit. Although that time Rodriguez missing the apex in turn 3, and that allowed Miles to close up a little bit, Alex.
Yeah, well, they're using every bit of the track and more, aren't they? Every bit of... I mean, the cars are going to need a good wash, if nothing else. They've got that much... Oh, Rodriguez! He's hit the yips through the infield here. Comes into turn 7. Not enough for Miles to have a good look here. Again, Sasaki looming in the background. These two really not offering him too much by way of opportunities. Although, again, they run very wide there. The wide exit there, typically at corners, you want to use all the track. I don't know if it's quite the best line here in my experience. Sasaki closes up in the braking zone at 10, but that'll cost him exit speed as Devantier and Herrera go at it through 10 this time round. Devantier's going to have a better drive off the corner, coming down into the penultimate corner for the end of lap 15. And Herrera lifts and lets the Cowboy through. And meanwhile, looming large in the background is McBurney, who'll no doubt have the bit between the teeth, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. He'll be disappointed with the way that went, as I'm still watching our leaders. Adam Miles drifted his way through turn 1, completely sideways, smoke coming off the back wheels. He is pushing really hard right now with just 2 to go. He wants this lead, and he wants it now, Alex.
Yeah, 100%. Of course he does, mate. When they're out there in the big show each week. Philippides went off track. What's going on there? Let's grab a quick replay. He's run wide on the exit of 3. Hasn't cost him too much. A little bit of the yips. But that's about it. Let's go check back in with our leaders. We're on the second to last lap. Corey's going to be tough for Miles to do anything, but he's going to be giving it a red hot crack, I have no doubt.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. I've just been able to tell from his the attitude of his car here as we've been going through this lap. He is pushing the absolute everything into this car right now. As I said, he was drifting through turn 1 the last time by. So he's going to be trying to maybe do something a little bit crazy here towards turn 3, I'm suspecting, if not turn 1, Alex.
Oh, there you go. Potentially, yeah. They're the spots you want to have a look, but he wants probably a better run than that. It's Ferreira, there you go. He's just making sure there's no dust on either side of the circuit by the looks. And no opportunity for Miles to have a look through turn 1. Again, the smoke rising from the rear of the blue and yellow car this time round, sitting in second. Sasaki itching to get back. He's thinking, what could have been? So tough to get around here, and the one mistake under pressure has cost him. This is perhaps the new ultimate pressure to pass track, Corey.
I very well think it is, Alex, because you're not going to have very much opportunity, as almost into the back of Rodriguez was Miles. Miles absolutely pushing Rodriguez through some of these corners, and now Sasaki trying to pull the pressure onto Miles as well, Alex. The chess game is starting to get interesting as we come to the final stages of this lap and this race.
Absolutely, as they exit 9, it's really down into the final 2 corners. You won't get it done here. There's not close enough. What's his run like out of 10? Closes up. Both cars close up to the leader on entry to the quarter. Exit of 10. It's probably not close enough. Rodriguez, oh, he shows the nose, does Miles, comes in very deep, pulls it up. Rodriguez is going to be tough to beat, barring mistake here. He's going to grab a little bit of dust on the exit, but it's Rodriguez. Rodriguez takes the victory here tonight for Astro Team Racing, judging by the livery. Miles and Sasaki round out your podium. Strong drives. And look, yeah, very strong performance from all three. They've broken out by nearly 3 seconds from Nagai, who, of course, is no slouch himself.
Well, that's exactly right, Alex. As we're just waiting for the last couple of stragglers to cross the line. That was definitely one of the more provoking kind of races with the way that these drivers had to go about it. Definitely very little in the way of passing opportunity, but these guys seem to just make it work in all the best ways.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. They brought what is a difficult track to get around, let alone to really try and get around your opponents. They brought it to life here tonight. But let's check out our results for round 9 here at Winton for season 27 of Sunday Night Lights. Adrian Rodriguez, from memory, takes out his first win here on a Sunday night. Did a famous drive through the field at the Roval there at Charlotte earlier this season, but only managed P2, albeit from the rear of the grid. He's taken out his first win. Adam Miles, once again, the bridesmaid here tonight, finishing second for Miles Ahead Racing. Great drive nonetheless. Yukata Sasaki put it on pole, and I thought he was odds on, and then that one mistake cost him dearly, a potential win. But he's the leading Japanese driver, just ahead of his compatriot Naoya Nagai, who finished in 4th. Oscar Maza from Iberia, he's managed to hang on to 5th after that incident with McBurney mid-race. Unfortunately, stilted their battle. P6 tonight went to Dimitri Philippides, up a couple, and a very strong drive, and possibly one of, if not his best finish here on a Sunday night, particularly given the strength of field here tonight. Luquetta's finished 7th ahead of the Cowboy for Speedy Snail. Sam ended up being up 4 positions, which may or may not put a smile on his face, but car number 1 here down in 8th. Again, talks to both the challenging nature of the track and the quality of the field. Chris Herrera for running on empty. He's finished in 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is Brett McBurney for McFlabby Racing. Unfortunately, looking down the barrel, or staring down the barrel of a top 5, hip and shouldered out into the dirt. He's done well to hang on to a top 10 finish. Mitchell Nichols from ANZ in 11th. Corey Lean, also from ANZ, rounds out the SNL point scoring positions in 12th. Shinji Otsu from Japan, he's out of 13th. 14th tonight, Laura Samadio for Waverley Racing. The lone fool in the race for Two Fools Racing, Nick Vaughan Roberts in 15th. Neil Gardner for ANZ in 16th. Christian Pancione debuted here tonight. The ANZ driver, he's finished in 17th ahead of Erwin Zoma, who's finished in 18th. Vasco Sorowski, the head clown for Team Clowns Racing, down in 19th. He'll be disappointed with that, as would be, no doubt, our other retirement, Vasco Team Racing, Christian Perez. Corey, that was how they finished. Look, really glad to see Winton on the circuit, on the schedule, I have to say. I think if you slot it in the right part of the season, in between a couple of big GP draft style tracks, I reckon you might be onto a winner,
Absolutely, Alex. It'd be great to use this as a breakup between a couple of the big drafty tracks, as you mentioned, because that's just a really good way to keep it fresh for the drivers. That way, they're not doing too much of the samey things. And we've had a couple of real harder to pass tracks on the schedule in the last couple of weeks, so having another, almost impossible to pass track, it's kind of not the right placement for this track, and hopefully next season they can put it in a better slot.
Yeah, potentially, mate. I'd love to see it back on, and just, in the right spot in the schedule. I reckon it'd be a nice break up to the rest of the season. Now, let's go in finishing order. We'll bring up Mr. Adam Miles. I said it before, mate. The bridesmaid once again, but it was so close out there tonight, mate. Tell us. Uh, I'm gonna. I can almost answer the question myself, but geez, it's tough to pass out there, isn't it?
It is, yeah. The only move I made all race was a mistake from Sasaki-san in front. He just got it all locked up, nipped up the inside, and then it was just a case of try and hang on. Um, Adrian sort of worked with me for a few laps. He had a couple of looks and then he backed out. And on the lap where he passed me, I thought, is he going to go for it? And I left the door open and I shouldn't have done. And he took the opportunity and I couldn't get back past again.
Yeah, mate. That's the opportunities are so few and far between, aren't they? And then once they get there, it's oh, mate, so frustrating. You're so close, and yet so far each and every time. I was just saying, with that schedule you put together next season, I reckon in between a couple of drafty style GP tracks, this one would be a bottler, just to break it all up. But oh, it can be rewarding when you get it right, and frustrating when you can't quite get it ahead of the guy in front of you, mate. But hopefully, folks, once they get used to it, will come out in droves, and we'll see a few more out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what my opinion is of this track at the point at this moment. I half my races have been terrible, and I think I'm never going to race it again. I'll stick to time trial, and then I do one more, and I really enjoy it and have a great race. So it's a little bit hot and cold for me this week, but I mean, a lot of people like it, and I think it's earned its place on the schedule, even if people maybe aren't turning up as often as we'd like. But yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I'm looking forward to coming back. I've done more races here. I think, well, maybe as many as I did at Road America, and that says something because I enjoyed that week. So hopefully, we'll see a few more get the run next season, and give the track its due. But listen, thank you very much. For joining us, mate. I'm glad to see you got a good result, and hopefully more in the future, and that elusive win will be on its way. But mate, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Just yourselves as always for doing the broadcast, and to Adrian. He drove a great race. He almost lost the draft at the beginning, dragged us back in, and then made a clean move, defended well. So well done to him.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And good on him for chucking it in. And of course, the chat's pointed out. I said it was his main victory. He won last week, of course, as well. But so he becomes the first two-time winner for this season. But anyway, mate, congratulations on a great result, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
There you go, Corey. Adam Miles, a strong performance here tonight. Had his opportunities. Rodriguez, though, really, the aggression we see from the Iberian paying off here tonight at a track that's will reward that little bit of aggression if you time it right.
That's exactly right, Alex. I mean, he made a great move on Sasaki, and unfortunately just could not defend against Rodriguez when the time counted. So all he could do was attack, 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 and Rodriguez was just too hard of a stone to let crumble in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we've got a couple of ANZ drivers in the green room. We'll bring up Sam Devantier, the cowboy. You, mate, Quali, not been your friend here this week, but up four positions, P8, and it's struggle town trying to make the moves here, isn't it, mate?
You tell me. I got to apologise to Nick first. We had it coming together. I didn't give him enough room and net code him. So sorry, Nick. That's my 100%. Yeah, like you said, it's hard to pass here. This is a new track for everyone, and yeah, I don't know. Except for when a team's clowns right in front of you, hey?
That's
um,
it.
yeah, yeah. Vasco apologise for that, and yeah, we'll try again next week or the week after because I'm not doing next week. So yeah, I'll come back for Nords.
Yeah,
That's
mate.
it from me.
Nice big track to make a comeback at. But hopefully, mate, we get the results going your way again. 3 victories, of course, last season. 3 races left, although we had maybe 2 on your schedule. Maybe there's a couple of wins there in your future anyway. But listen, thanks for joining us, mate. Who would have thought 20 cars and a 5400 soft at Winton after the racing week here, mate? But
I know, right?
crazy.
I know, right?
Crazy stuff. Anyway, mate, thanks for joining us. Anyone like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Just you guys in general, everyone in the audience, and everyone who showed up tonight. Winton was putting on a great track for everyone, but we put on a good show every week. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely, mate. And the folks at home, I'll probably check you out at Sunday Night Skippies tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, most likely yes.
Perfect. All right, mate. Check that out over at Cavac Racing. They put on a good show, and there's always good racing over there as well. That's at some stage. I can never get the time right.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Australian time tomorrow. All right. Thanks, Cowboy. We'll see you next week. Oh, the week after, even.
Yeah, week after. Yeah. See ya.
There you go, Corey. That was Cowboy Sam Devantia. Not his night tonight, of course, but look, he's right up there, honestly. The quality's so important here, and he just hasn't quite had it nailed this week.
Yeah, that's right. And it's unfortunate that we're not going to see him try and get some redemption for that next week. But hey, we're still going to see him for the final two races of the season, and we know he's going to come back bigger and better than ever, and he's going to be putting absolutely everything into it to maybe try and wrestle away a sneaky championship here.
Potentially, but I don't know why he doesn't want to come to Zandvoort. It's pretty good, but it's not one of his faves, so maybe he'll get some redemption at Nords, and we'll take it from there. But our final interview tonight is with the head clown, Mr. Vasco Sorowski. Mate, that final corner, the wall, the grass, the dirt, the wheel's not there anymore. It just didn't quite happen.
Evening, boys. Yeah, I mainly came in to say sorry to Sam because I thought I was going to kill him. I thought he was gone. We haven't touched the dirt on the outside of that corner not once in the whole, even on crappy laps, and then we managed to do it then. Stuff quality, yeah, and as you know, quality's super important here. And yeah, but mainly just wanted to come in and say thank you to you guys for the work you do, and thankfully I didn't kill Sam, and well done to the boys at the front. That was a tough battle, I reckon, up there. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And shout out to Sam. He did better than I did last night in the same circumstances, same incident. And he zigged when he should have. I zagged when I should have zigged, and yeah, it was all over. Anyway, perhaps he learnt from my mistake. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Well, I had the flashbacks, mate. I'll tell you that. Oh no,
that's it.
But definitely. But yeah, no. Like I said, they all they did really good. The boys up there, they were flying, I reckon, and yeah, it would have been a really good battle up there. So well done to all of them.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, thanks for joining us as always, mate. It's great to have you here, and hopefully, maybe Zandvoort will do a bit better next week, eh?
Yeah, we'll cross the fingers.
Beautiful. All right, mate. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
There you go, Corey. Young Vasco Sorowski. Not the night of the clown tonight, but maybe next week. Of course, he's had some good results on SNL, and hopefully there's a few more in his future soon.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And I know that he's got a couple of really good results heading his way eventually. And it's just great to see him come out each and every single week, whether he does good, whether he does bad, whether he's just done a little bit indifferently. He's always here each and every single week. He's supporting the series. He supports the broadcast. And we just love having him out there on track and coming in for an interview each and every single time.
Yeah, 100%, mate. That's what it's all about. The full SNL experience, so to speak. For Team Clown's boss man there. Oh, I don't know if he's a boss man. He's the head clown here on a Sunday night, though, Vasco Sorowski. And I say that with all due respect and affection. Anyway, that might do us here, folks. Corey, do you want to tell the folks at home what you got coming up this week?
So last week was very stagnant because I was a little bit under the weather, but we're going to be kicking it back with the Output Racing League as we head on into the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Autism is Not for Wimps 150. It's 100 laps of the 2018 Oval, which will be a pretty good race. And unfortunately, there's no broadcast from last week as I was quite unwell. Then we'll probably do a couple of Valorant streams throughout the week. We've still got to finish off the Chat AI Racing, which I'm really looking forward to. It's a close championship battle in that. And then it's back here next week with you when we go tackle Zandvoort, Alex.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Should be interesting. Haven't been there for a while, and should turn up some interesting racing, that's for sure. But folks, everything SNL and the top split is on your screen at the moment. Join us in the Discord community where all the latest and greatest of SNL is happening. The top split on YouTube is where you'll find this replay and all the other of the nearly 27 full seasons of MNL and SNL. And of course, some other interesting things there like first person races of my own and some track guides and stuff like that. Otherwise, Top Split TV on Twitch is where you'll find us each and every Sunday night, bringing you the best, absolutely the best skippy racing on the planet. But until next time, same bat time, same bat channel here on Top Split TV. And on behalf of the chaotic one, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, ciao for now.